Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Group Chat.
Woo!
We got some bad news. I don't know if we should share it now or maybe wait till the end.
No, let's ruin everyone's day at the end.
Anand just got a message, or an alert rather.
Yep.
What's it say?
It's over.
Yeah. Beep, beep. The emergency broadcast system is here to fuck up your summer. What is it? What do we got? What's the message?
I thought we're waiting till the end.
I want to wait till the end.
Oh, you said you wanted to wait till the end?
Yes.
Oh, man. Talk about a cliffhanger. All right. Wait till the end and we will tell you what the message is. We have a lot to talk about today, but I think that the two big topics that were really fun were the topic of inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Is it here? Is it not? Are we just having a supply issue? Are we having both? What's really going on here?
Yeah.
And then also, the tech battle with China. Is China making the right moves by controlling all of their technology and all their technology founders? Or is this the big China misstep?
Ooh.
That we won't know until we look back 10 years from now?
Maybe 30.
Maybe 30. We'll see. We have that and many, many more things to talk about. Who is ready for our last episode this week?
Ladies and gentlemen, Group Chat.
Well, COVID's back.
That's what it appears to be.
I mean, I'm guessing statistically one person in this room at least has COVID. I'm leaning towards the guy with no voice still.
Good thing I wasn't in person the last episode because the viral load must have been insane.
Hi.
It was a big load.
It was a huge load. Dee was just spraying his load all over the room. And luckily, here I am 2 days later. I feel fine.
Yeah.
So either the vaccine's working or maybe Dee, false alarm. He just has smoke inhalation from casino life. But I mean, I know multiple people with the old COVID-19.
I know hundreds of people probably.
I mean, everyone went to Vegas, right? Are we concerned? Is there another lockdown coming?
I think the world's over. We're completely locked down.
Okay.
Time to,
stock market's going to triple.
Stock market's going to go through the roof.
You're right.
Everything's going to go up.
Bet on them now.
Yeah.
This is where nuance matters the most.
Okay.
Because yes, vaccinated people are getting COVID.
Yep.
It's fact. Everyone knows plenty of people who have.
But here's the problem with that vaccinated people are getting COVID. It's the what that means for the vaccination. When I started hearing vaccinated people are getting COVID, I was literally thinking Moderna, J&J, Pfizer should pack their bags, get the fuck out of town. Because ain't no one going to take it now.
I know, it's over.
But that's the problem with, the media currently.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, in the streets of TikTok, where I spend a lot of time, and it's a good place to gauge the general temperature of the country.
Yeah.
They're over the vaccine.
Exactly.
It's like, so you're telling me I need to get vaccinated because I might spread it to you, but you're vaccinated. So therefore, it's just TikTok logic.
Yeah, TikTok logic and TikTok selfishness. It doesn't matter. So
but we need to be the responsible adults in the room.
Don't do it.
Don't do what?
It's a microchip. Let's go back to December.
Yeah.
Am I getting it or am I not getting it, Anand?
Red or blue?
Red or blue? You tell me, Anand. That's but I do feel like, I would love to see, one of these little models on what happens. Like, what happens if vaccinations effectively stop? And so COVID's going to exist
forever.
So but here's the thing, it seems to me like we're mainly dealing with the Delta variant, which cropped up, I believe, in India. So do we just deal with variants every...
there's already the epsilon. We're going down the whole alphabet.
Where are we at now?
The whole Greek alphabet.
It's like hurricanes where you just go through the alphabet. What's the new?
Yeah, epsilon. I don't know. Brian texted it to us.
Is it the South American one?
Yeah, I think so.
So I believe you're just going to have a new variant every quarter.
It's the same. It's the same thing. There are new collabs Nike drops every week.
And COVID drops a new collab
Sometimes there's a Virgil Abloh collab. Sometimes there's a Travis Scott collab.
And COVID's like, yo, we collab with South Africa.
Yeah.
Shit's hitting this fall.
It's multicultural, multinational.
Check it out. Yeah. Next, we're going to London, bitches. Yeah, I do feel like because like I don't know,
And they
man.
just get larger. So this is the SARS-CoV-2 Epsilon variant.
Yeah, what's up with
Oh,
Epsilon?
fuck off, Epsom salts. I don't know, man. I just like, what do we do? So at this point, let me ask you this, Anand. Keeping it real, not feeding into any conspiracies, friend to friend. What do we do? Just fuck it? We got the vaccine. If you get it, we're probably going to get it. Not that big of a deal, sort of thing. Do I still go to like dinner and stuff? Do I still bro hug? One hand?
I mean,
remember when you said you weren't going to shake hands anymore?
I'm shaking.
He's kissing now.
Yeah. What do you got, Epsilon? Come over here.
Come
Give me
here,
a hug.
Epsilon.
I'm Tom Brady.
I mean, what do I do? Do I still go to dinner?
I think you're fine.
Okay. All right.
At this point, I'm a bull in a china shop. Shit's gonna break.
But if you...
But you're the type that doesn't end up getting it. Meaning, it's the type that are like, fuck it, I'm out here, I'm at everything, I'm kissing everyone, and like the poor, young man who stayed home comes up with it, and you're like, there's no Epsilon.
Dr. Brian Toll of Delilah was telling us that the more you get exposed, the stronger your antibodies
That just
become.
seems false.
I thought
That's a good thing to make you believe, though.
It's good marketing when you have a big event in Vegas.
I asked the question, does it start wearing down? It's like you're an athlete. You're at year 13.
Yeah.
Your knees just aren't as good.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, man. All right, well, if you take Brian Toll's reasoning, go lick a couple door handles. Work your way
seriously, like, I mean, what's the alternative?
back indoors.
When from Vegas, so I effectively left Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I think someone that I know that's anywhere I relate to, that means like you could be all the way up to probably 55, and I would still be like, okay, we're like whatever, and all the way down to whatever. Healthy, end up in the hospital. I'm like, whoa.
So the data showed over the last 18 months, obesity for under 60 was leading indicator if you get hospitalized.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even close. It was obesity.
But that's what got me. So here's one of the things that scared me so much about regular COVID is there were people that were not obese, that were in their 30s, that I know of, that were in the hospital. And that is scary as shit. So something like that.
Did they get out of the hospital?
Mm-hmm. You mean like, did they die?
Yeah.
No. Thankfully. But that's like you can relate to that. And you're like, oh shit, this is more than like I can deal with. I don't want to, and for the record, I'm not tempting COVID, but I can deal with a rough flu for a week or so. But like staring down, what seems so scary to me is when people were getting it, you were testing positive and you didn't know what was coming. That to me is like worst case.
Because I remember when the Utah Jazz game got canceled.
Yeah.
And Donovan Mitchell tested positive, and they would do interviews from his house or wherever he is, and I was like watching. Is he is he okay?
Yeah.
Like, is he fine?
Yeah, because you have a death counter on the right, and you have Donovan Mitchell. Like, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Every day, you're like, is the guy alive?
I guess a lot of people are losing smell and taste as like a big symptom still. That's because I was reading what are the COVID symptoms of today.
Yeah.
Because as this variant changes, so are the symptoms.
Yeah.
And it's still cough, fever, and loss of smell and taste.
Got it.
I had cacio e pepe last night at Nice Guy. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Tasted great.
Great.
And I smelled my kid's poop this morning.
Good signs.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
I'd say you're as good as tested negative.
And that's it. You smell the shit or not?
Yeah, you feel a little questionable, go find some shit and smell it.
But seriously, I hospitalization rates, I mean, just look at the data.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. I just think old Newsom's going to come out and try to lock her down.
Newsom's handing out money left and right. No one's getting locked down.
Okay.
Can you imagine if there's another lockdown?
I actually can't. I don't think people will accept it.
No, there's never going to be a lockdown ever again in our life.
Clip it.
Our life
Just in
never
case.
be a lockdown.
Because I'm just, possibly we're looking at like August 1st, we're going to go ahead and lock down. I want this clip on TikTok.
And you could just slow it down.
Yeah.
But if you are unvaccinated, you should be worried.
Yeah.
That I want to like make very clear.
I agree. All right. And look out for the new COVID collab coming out of a country near you.
Epsilon, what's F going to be if we're already at Epsilon?
Francine.
Phase. I'm kidding.
Phase.
Phase COVID. I like that.
People are gonna want to get the phase COVID.
You're right.
Hey,
You're right.
Rock. And
They'll be in line.
Jason's gonna be like throwing up the F.
Yeah.
Phase COVID.
What's up, Temper? I see you. I got it.
Cop on me, Banks.
But yeah, this is something we're gonna have to live.
Imagine you just line up to get the Phase Bank strain.
Yeah.
And he just
I mean,
coughs on people.
Look, we were
on Fairfax.
we were all very responsible during the lockdown, but we recorded 3 times a week in person with 6 people.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let's be like,
But we
real
were
with it.
But
We're
we were
okay.
also a news organization that had no choice. Okay?
You're right.
Even CNN and ESPN were remote. We were in person.
Well,
No, they
now
were in
you know
studio. They
who
were in
has the-
studio. That dead counter was fucking live from Atlanta.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Let's talk about some news.
Yeah.
What's going on with the Emmys? Anytime I see one of these award shows, I instantly feel sleepy. But
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't watch most of these shows, but the shows that I do watch got nominated.
what do you
Cobra
watch?
Kai came in hot.
Okay.
Emily in Paris.
Oh my gosh.
Boom, boom, boom.
I can't believe you
the
watched
most
Emily in
polarizing
Paris.
show in Netflix history.
Is what? Emily in Paris?
Emily in Paris. People fucking hate it or love it. And it got nominated for an Emmy. I should be in the Academy.
I don't think the Academy does the Emmys. They do the
Whatever. There's
Academy
a
Awards.
television Academy.
You should find Emmy, whoever she is. Talk to her.
Emmy, and maybe that's why they gave Emily in Paris.
Yeah, maybe it's Emmy in Paris.
We also got Ted Lasso.
Love Ted Lasso.
I need to
Hacks.
watch more Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso is great.
Okay.
Hacks, which is a show that Jad recommended, which is hilarious.
The Crown is on
Are
fire.
we mainly streaming here?
I think Blackish that's ABC, I believe.
Like, have the Emmys and things like that flipped to majority streaming?
Yeah. I mean, Quibi got like a
no.
lot of nominations.
Damn.
In short form, they got a bunch of nominations. I also saw
Mayor of
Indian,
Easttown.
Bridgerton. Bridgerton got a bunch of nominations.
Okay.
And Indian Matchmaking got a nomination.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Shout out to your mom. She's going to love it.
Yeah.
Okay, but the problem is the actual show's going to suck ass.
Yeah, I mean,
Reinvent. What are we doing?
There should be no show.
Just reinvent
Just post it.
it.
Emmys should have an Instagram or a TikTok handle.
Yeah, just
Boom.
like, here you go.
Here we go. Best
Over the
show.
next hour, we'll be posting.
Yeah.
Repost if you'd like, I guess.
You have 15 seconds of your award speech.
I mean, you think
Hurry up.
about
Yeah.
how many views the big TikTok creators get. Like each clip gets like 5-6 million views.
Yeah.
That's more than the Emmys.
I mean, they'd be best off probably going on like Logan Paul's podcast and doing the Emmys
Yeah.
and saying, here we have Emily from Paris. Hey, what's up? I really liked it. It was so cool. Thank God.
Yeah, if Addison Rae hosted the Emmys on her TikTok page,
Yeah.
a lot of people watch.
A lot more than ABC or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, they could definitely reinvent the show. I don't think.
No, but some dumbass media exec is buying ads.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Just waiting to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You buy ads on the Emmys, you get to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, spent your budget, head on out. All right. Well, we will definitely be reporting on the winners. You can count on that. And we'll give you the entire Emmys rundown in probably 2 minutes. So you can save yourself the show. What is going on? So I didn't know this, and I do feel a little out of the loop being that I'm a hard-hitting journalist. I was browsing on Twitter the other day, and a lot of times I'll go click on the trending topics to see what the world's talking about. They were saying, I believe it was monthly stimulus now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is this? So I jump into the monthly stimulus now wormhole, and it was a bunch of people demanding a monthly stimulus.
Yeah.
People were demanding that it be backdated to the beginning of the pandemic. It was pretty wild. Like, people were real aggressive, and there was some, to our point about working from home, there were some people in there saying, I've made more off unemployment than my shitty job that's asking me to come back. Fuck that. I want monthly stimulus now. Right? Great. Good for you. What I didn't realize is this was all based on, there is a new stimulus based around like if you have kids.
Yeah, so there's a child tax credit
Okay.
that actually went into effect July 15th.
Okay.
Money will be deposited in your account the 15th of every month. If you have children between the ages of 6 and 17, you'll get $3,000 per child. If you have, not every month, but for the next
Okay.
6.
But what if you have like 4 kids?
You get all of it. $3,600 for each child under age of 6. But the way it works is roughly $250 or $300 per child, depending on their age, every month per child. And families who make up to $150,000 for a couple, or $112,000 for a family with a single parent, or a $75,000 as an individual taxpayer, will get the full amount. So those are all the people that qualify for this stimulus. I mean, this is real money. If you have 2 kids and now you're getting, $600 a month.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, good for you.
Yeah.
This is a lot. I mean,
like, imagine Pete's mom if their kids were still younger.
Rich.
Yeah.
Literally. A titan. Because apparently the Twitter thing was
Mormons are going to clean up.
Clean house. Yeah, I'll take 30.
Yeah. I'm gonna give one guy $18,000 a month.
Does it only count with one of my wives, or can I use all 3? Because what a lot of the people were saying on Twitter was like not good enough. Like we need it for people without kids as well.
Yeah,
but that's wild, man. I didn't even know. I mean, that must have just kind of snuck out there. I guess maybe because I don't have kids, maybe my radar's off. But I didn't realize we were doing. That's a pretty big deal.
Who qualifies for this?
I literally just said all that.
He wasn't listening. Could you repeat it?
No, I'm not going to repeat it. I just said it.
Could you just do the whole thing you did? So you guys didn't get a letter?
What?
You guys didn't get a letter?
No.
Just checking. Hey, what's your income? I don't know. All right. Well, congrats to those people.
Yeah.
That's a big, big deal. That's a shit ton of money.
Yeah. You know what's funny? If really rich people who don't earn income and just invest would get the child tax credit.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't show any income.
Yeah, you're right. Donald Trump could get it.
So I think it's based on your 2019 or 2020 tax return.
I wonder what the scam is, You know how anytime this happens, there's a lot of scams. What are the people? Are people like claiming kids that aren't there? They're calling that girl back up. Like, I think that was my son.
Yeah.
Just to get a quick 3K.
Yeah. Get a couple cousins.
Yeah. So it's a monthly stimulus. It's for the next 6 months. It's real money.
Okay.
I had a great argument this morning about inflation with my friends.
Can we know?
Yeah. So
fill us in.
Here's the argument, because there's an argument from an academic economic perspective.
Okay.
How inflation is caused.
Okay.
And the argument that my friends were saying were like, no, inflation doesn't exist right now. If you look at broad-based inflation, it doesn't exist. Just because we printed all this money, inflation doesn't exist. And I said, well, the cost of everything's gone up. So, like, where's your argument? And we came to the conclusion, because their argument was that we're just constrained on supply. So there's not enough supply of homes. Home prices go up. Everything's getting jammed up in China. Goods aren't coming here fast enough.
Okay.
Prices go up. But we came to the conclusion that we're saying the same thing, that it's just the academic reason of why inflation went up isn't kind of textbook of what's going on now, but inflation's here.
Yeah. But why don't you, isn't it, this is probably where I'm leading myself into the wrong answer, but like, isn't it, how can you get away with printing that much money and dumping that much money into the supply and not having inflation?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And they
seem pretty obvious.
Like, what's
their argument against it from an academic perspective wasn't because of the printing money. It's because supply is constrained. You can't find 1942 because there's not enough 1942. So
yeah, but that's almost a separate issue. That's like there's inflation and there's a lack of supply, and it's causing chaos.
Yeah.
Right. I'd love to know that
because
inflation isn't here, but I don't
my argument
understand.
was like everything that academic economists have printed in textbooks for the last 25 years has been thrown out the window because nothing makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that. You guys just explained Vegas to me, and it made zero sense.
Yeah, exactly. But I also think the inflation is actually temporary. I don't think it's long-term inflation. Like, I could see demand going back to normal in 6 months.
I'll read you the exact quote. Milton Friedman, famous economist, argued if you print enough money, it will raise the prices of bananas because the money supply will be too large. That's what people think is happening now. And the point is, he's theoretically right, but he's practically completely wrong.
I don't know. I mean, look, I'm the last person to probably jump in that argument of who you're probably talking to. But the point is, I think both things are happening. I think that there is inflation, and then when you throw on top of it a supply issue, you get things like lumber being crazy expensive and people waiting in lines, dying to buy a home at $100,000 over a sticker. Like, you get weird shit that's beyond just normal inflation.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels so crazy and like there's no rules anymore, because you actually have both.
There's one thing that people don't talk about. There's an emotional FOMO that is also happening that's causing all this inflation.
Yeah.
Because people can't resist themselves. They have to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
They have to go on vacation. They have to do all these things. So you are part of it. Like, because you can't sit at home.
And the other argument I made was that, guess what? Supply constraints are here to stay. Like, Suez Canal is no longer Black Swan.
Yeah.
Climate change, not Black Swan. Ports are going to get shut down. There's going to be a tsunami that shuts down the Florida port, and whatever's coming from South America doesn't come, and prices just go up.
Yeah.
So that becomes the norm. So supply constraint is here to stay,
Yeah.
whether you print money or not,
Yeah.
and inflation will persist. That was my argument.
Yeah. It just seems to me like people who make that other argument are ones that are just really, really, really trying to will there not to be inflation. And I just don't understand how there wouldn't be. There's so much money that just entered the market.
And another thing that you could point out is they call Black Swan events once in a generation type thing.
Yeah.
2 happened in 10 years.
Yeah.
Or whatever, 13 years.
Yeah.
2008, 2020.
Yeah.
It's 12 years. Shocked the entire global economy.
I've never seen a Black Swan.
I'm not a big
point.
pond guy.
I've also never seen a blue moon. But those numbers are in. What are those numbers that just came out about inflation? Cost is up on everything. Eggs, wine, all of our favorite basics.
Well, I think the biggest thing, so U.S. consumer prices post the largest gain in 13 years. And the first line is, amid supply constraints.
There we go.
And so
maybe I should be writing for whatever.
I'm just saying, I think you should do some finance TikToks.
And so I think the interesting thing is used car and truck prices accelerated 10.5%. That's
partly supply.
Used cars are on fire.
That's heavily a supply issue also.
Yeah.
Right?
And so there's a supply chain issue in cars. There's a
because everything's an excuse was also my point. Oh, microchips aren't coming fast enough, not for the vaccine, for cars, which is why there's no cars on the lot.
Thank you for clarifying.
And no, that's the excuse right now.
Yeah.
So there's always an excuse in the supply chain.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think like even in our industry, we notice how shopping habits and stuff like that are. Like, people are spending money. Like, oh shit, people are spending. At the same time, we also see the back end of, we have goods held up at ports and we have blah, blah, blah. So it's this double thing happening that is causing all out chaos.
Yeah.
It's not one or the other, I don't think.
Right.
All right, well, all I know is
prices are going up.
I mean, prices are up. So I don't know if eggs are hard to get these days, but that shit's getting expensive.
Here's the real Black Swan that's not even a Black Swan. It should be treated as one, but we know it's coming. You have prices going up. You have supply chain shortages. You have stimulus that's about to end. And you have a huge population that doesn't want to work.
Zombie land.
I mean,
walk the crosswalk I walked in Vegas.
I don't know what does Milton. We need Milton Friedman. Is he still alive? I don't think so. But if he was, to walk across,
old Milton would throw in the towel.
Yeah.
If he took one look into Anand walking from the wind across the strip, he would be like, "That's it. I have no idea."
Yeah. I don't care. These economists need to get off their ass and walk some streets, and you'll see what's going on.
Yeah, you don't want to. It's broken.
Yeah.
I think it's broken. That's why I think when you guys had that debate about all the robberies and stuff like that, I think a big part of it is just shit's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can quite put it back to one particular thing. Oh, it's income inequality. I don't think so. Mm-hmm. I think it's a combination of instant gratification of, you always make a good point on it about how just people are conditioned to want to look rich today because of social media. And I think that has a way bigger impact on their behavior than we maybe realize, because it's kind of like slowly happened. But then, whatever, all the rules are broken, blah, 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 and you just get weird shit happening. Robberies are through the roof. This is happening. That's happening.
Yeah, because when you see the crowd at who's lined up at Louis Vuitton, I refuse to believe they all were like hit a lick in 2020.
No. There's some PPP scams in there.
Yeah.
You know, someone with a lot of kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of that
they
monthly
just owned
stimmy.
this incredible ecom business that just blew up.
Yeah, I didn't see that crowd.
That was 1
waiting in line.
out of 10 in that line.
Yeah, when you see the people spending money in Vegas,
Yeah. I mean, it's making its way into like rap songs and stuff. I think Lil Baby or someone has like a line in a recent song where he says, one of those guys, like, I know millionaires off PPP scams. Or maybe it's Jack Harlow or somebody.
Yeah.
Like it's becoming a well-known.
Are they going to jail? I'm sure by now they have to catch up on
some, but never all.
never all. It's too many people.
You know, you're hearing some. They're making a big deal of it to try to scare the rest, but you're not tracking down all those people. I think if you were able to look at the money that was scammed through SBAs and PPPs, it would probably be mind-blowing.
Insane.
Okay.
Before we get to, I know we didn't put this in news. Another interesting conversation I had
Yeah,
this
please.
morning.
This is great.
So I was talking with Anthony this morning, and he brought up a great point that now that all the Chinese tech companies are getting sidelined, all the founders and CEOs, ByteDance, it's literally everyone, Pinduoduo, Jack Ma, Alibaba, Ant Financial, every single one of the top. It would be the equivalent of Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, Amazon founders all getting Google getting kicked out.
Yep.
And because the running theory was basically China tech beat America tech in the last 5 years.
Yep.
Because just look at TikTok, look at all these, they're just better.
Mm-hmm.
And that this is the first time that is China misstepping. Meaning like they won. It's like they're the Warriors 3-1 against the Cavs and Draymond punches LeBron in the balls.
Yeah.
And then they lose because they made this misstep of like sidelining big tech.
Yeah.
And then I posed the other argument was like, or did they see Facebook ruin America and say like, we're not letting Chinese tech ruin China because their goal is we rather control the population than advance society.
Yeah, and wouldn't you think that China's probably, even though they're so heavy-handed, they're not dumb in the sense that whatever info they want out of those founders, they'll get. You know, like if they say, "What do you think we should do about this?" Like I don't know, and who knows, but like, are they taking these creators of these businesses and just saying, "We don't ever want to hear from you again, go away," or are they just saying, "You work for us now, keep quiet and execute with our plan"?
So then the argument is it sidelines innovation because if you're the young Chinese genius, you're like, dude, I don't want to build something and go to jail or like.
By the way,
So
it's not being positioned to them that way internally in the country. ByteDance CEO is taking a sabbatical after making billions of dollars.
I mean, the youth is not stupid. They just saw seven. It's imagine if you're an American entrepreneur and you saw Bezos, Zuck, if Larry and Sergey were still the CEO, and Bill Gates just being like, "Hey, we don't want to hear from you anymore."
Yeah. Well, look, this is what I would say, and I have no idea the intricacies of all this shit, but like, I wouldn't. If your goal is world dominance, which is China's goal, and let's just say they had Facebook. I'm not so sure yet that Facebook is going to help America with world dominance with the way that it's been going. I'm not sure that it's good for the country yet.
Right.
In that picture. So if instead it was all geared towards accomplishing your world dominance and your reign over your people, maybe they're making the right step where we made a misstep.
Yeah, I guess the argument is like, we don't need the best big tech. We need to own more ports in Africa and control another continent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
you know what we should, it's the same thing. Like, if we think about what happened the last year and a half, we have all the American technology is so innovative. It's obviously changed the world. Wouldn't we rather have factories in our home right now? Probably yes.
Yeah. The fact that
we can't make shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
But hey, have you seen the new Oculus?
Yeah.
This shit's dope. I heard they have
The only
when
thing
there's a
we've
food
made that's
shortage,
innovative
there's
is
a
Tesla.
drought, there's what?
What?
Tesla's like the only thing we proved we could make on shore.
Yeah.
And I would also say Tesla is something that we've proven we could like blow up, and I would say it seems like it's arguably better for us long term.
Yeah.
When it comes to oil need and all that stuff. But I don't know that Facebook is. Yeah, it makes a lot of revenue, but is it actually better if your end goal is to dominate the world?
Because you can make the argument Facebook set America back 15 years.
I think that's a very valid argument.
Yeah, and I think China's looking at
if there was no Facebook, there'd be no Trump. we wouldn't have blue and red.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be screaming mask or no mask, vaccine or no vaccine.
Yeah.
We'd be like,
Social media is not going to provide China world dominance. It's just not. They're playing. They're
like,
But
let's just
think
make
about-
sure goods come quick to residents.
Yeah.
And we don't care if you're having more fun on your phone.
Yeah, but think about also if you took all of the power of social media, that we have all the red, blue, we have Trump, we have all that stuff, and instead you channeled it to a message that one person wanted told, it could be the most powerful thing ever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The last thing I want to do is argue for China, but I think we won't know until super hindsight. We'll be like under Chinese rule, and we'll be like, damn, we were wrong.
they really. That was a good move. Sidelining ByteDance.
I really love Facebook.
They think 25 years out.
Yeah.
Right?
No, 50.
Yeah,
Like they look at 50.
it's a Chinese 20 or Chinese 25 where like they put their plan.
Yeah.
And Xi just was like, whoop.
I mean, I would almost say, like, if I was a dictator and I looked at what was happening in the U.S., I'd be like, I need to control that shit.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm having a Zuckerberg running around fucking wakeboarding, covered in suntan
I also
lotion.
made the point, I think the U.S. could use a dictator for 5 years. Get us back on track.
Yeah, hey, you might get what you wish for. I'm just saying, I saw the cheers.
None of this on TikTok, Jason. Chill out on the
I'm
TikTok.
just
The
saying,
last
be
10
careful
minutes.
what you wish for.
All right, everyone. With everything going on, it's time to focus on your health. Head over to athleticgreens.com/group chat. And the reason why is 1 scoop of Athletic Greens, tasty scoop, I might add, gives you 75 vitamins and minerals and whole food sourced ingredients. What a great way to start your day, end your day, boost up your immunity, boost up your energy, get those greens in you. You're not a big salad guy, Anand.
I prefer Athletic Greens.
There you go. If this guy wouldn't eat salads, at least he would have Athletic Greens. Head over to athleticgreens.com/group chat. And if you come right now, you get 1 year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs. Incredible deal. Take advantage of this offer. And more importantly, give your best every day, because that's what it says on the back of the Athletic Greens bag.
One quick thing, another thing that's having a supply issue, passports.
Yeah.
So that's just another, look, I think that these stories are creeping up in all different weird areas. Oh, did you know it's harder to get a passport? Did you know lumber is expensive? Did you know?
Passport renewals are taking up to 18 weeks right now. 12 weeks for processing and 6 weeks for mailing. Expedited application can take up to 12 weeks. I know so many people that have been trying to travel internationally recently realize their passport expired. They're waiting at, so in LA at the federal building, you can go wait to get your passport. You can get an appointment if you can. But people are just waiting. It's hours. It's like 6 hours, 8 hours. Even if you have an appointment, it's a line. I mean, it's just like, this just goes back to like what we're just talking about. There is just a underlying supply chain issue and a bunch of people who don't give a fuck. Yeah. If you told me I had to go wait 12 hours to go wait in a line for passport, I'd cancel my trip.
Really?
Yeah. 12 hours?
Depends on where you're going.
But like that doesn't. I'm not a FOMO person though.
What if you're going? You just planned a nice 2 weeks in Greece.
I'm just.
I actually have a great example of this. My sister and brother-in-law who listen to the pod, they didn't realize when you have a newborn you need a passport, and they were going to Mexico on a trip with their 2 kids, and the day before the flight, they waited at the federal building probably 12 hours.
And they got it.
Went to Mexico.
They got
it.
it.
They had a great trip.
Yeah, that's everyone can make their own decision. It's like vaccine, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, go, do whatever you want. I'm just not that person.
Yeah, you're a big not lying guy.
Yeah.
How long did you wait for coffee the other day? 20 minutes?
15.
Wow.
Ironically, the same guy waited 12 hours to get out of Vegas for PJ. So
yeah.
Well, listen.
My waiting in line.
Private terminal.
It's like checking and savings type shit.
By the way, my waiting was at the Wynn Sportsbook, at Money Baby, at Milo, and Encore.
Yeah. But outside the federal building, no chance.
No chance.
Got it. Okay. And you know what else I forgot about Facebook? Facebook's making a huge, they're saying that they're making huge changes.
This is a big fucking deal.
So there's a couple big deals. It sounds also like, obviously there's the pressure from YouTube. YouTube pays very well, their creators, ad revenue. TikTok, as we all know, is crushing it. Video, incredible algorithm. They're saying not only are they going to look at paying their creators, but also the head of Instagram put out this whole video the other day about how video is the new thing and there's going to be new discovery and they're going to like overhaul the whole thing.
So I think his name is Adam Mosseri, who's the head of Instagram. Pretty much signaled they're going head to head with TikTok and YouTube. We've got to figure out video.
Yeah.
And they're going to change the whole experience of the app on Instagram, which they're the only company that kind of has the balls to do it. And I think they're going to fucking blow it up and do it the right way. I actually believe
You think it'll work?
I think it's going to work.
Even after you saw Reels?
I'm not worried about the actual, like the part that Reels doesn't, the algorithm doesn't work yet.
Yeah.
I believe that they are going to desperately try to figure it out.
Yeah.
And the first step to that is paying $1 billion to creators between now and the end of 2022.
Do we know if TikTok pays their top creators? Like TikTok, ByteDance pays the D'Amelios?
They used to.
They used to,
They
but
used to pay them bank.
But we don't know. Like, does Josh Richards get a check?
Yeah, because what I would think TikTok or the creators would do is, hey, TikTok, you guarantee me 5 million views per post. And otherwise, I'm going to go post on Instagram or YouTube.
Yeah, you're so right. But like we said, like, I mean, maybe TikTok will think that way because they did think different in the beginning. But like, tech companies don't do that. And I don't know why. Remember when Kylie Jenner just dominated Snapchat and they just let her waltz right away?
To Instagram.
Didn't even ask her, please. Like literally, Kylie Jenner's Snapchat was like the thing. I mean, even DJ Khaled, he became famous and very rich from Snapchat.
Yeah.
Waltz right out.
Yeah.
They just don't think that way, but maybe TikTok will.
Well,
I mean, they do know how to dominate.
I think Facebook here, this is the first step.
Yeah.
So they're going to pay creators for the use of certain products. So,
but they need to double that and say, if you don't use TikTok.
Because what I've
Why
noticed
not?
is
What other deal do you pay people a lot of money and it's not exclusive?
The top TikTok creators don't post that often.
No, the big guys don't.
It's like max once every 2 to 3 days.
Because they're not getting paid.
There must be a formula because their entire income, their entire net worth is based on that.
I think their view is like...
I don't get it.
But I think when you reach a certain level, you also don't post as much. You just don't.
I'm curious because TikTok is incentivized for their top creators to keep posting.
Yeah. I mean, I said it before. I don't understand how like all those big TikTokers make money.
Maybe they don't.
Maybe they don't. I don't know. I don't know. But look, here's the point. If I was them, I'd be way more aggressive. I would double it and I would say we're handing out money, blah, blah, blah. But one of the stipulations is you can't use TikTok.
Yeah.
Why not? Everyone does it.
I think the challenge then is you have to go get the next new set of creators. Don't try to go get people that are already big on TikTok.
Yeah, I agree. Start now. But I mean, it's good to see. I mean, I do think it's pretty wild when you just take a step back and think about it with a clear slate. There are people, and I would say probably the highest paid social media stars are YouTubers. There are people making tens and tens of millions of dollars off of YouTube ad share. They just share.
Yeah.
No other platform does that.
Yeah.
Like you can have this huge following on Instagram or whatever, and no one gives a shit. There's no money there unless you go find it.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. So maybe that'll work. And then I'm really excited to see their attempt. I mean, it sounds to me like this isn't like we're going to launch Reels. This is like we're going to overhaul Instagram over the next 6 months. Yeah. And like you're going to see huge changes.
I'm curious because everyone was talking that Instagram was going to go head on into commerce, but you start paying content creators, that's not commerce.
But here's the reason why you have to, this
Social
has to work.
commerce?
No, this has to work because if there's no one on your platform, ain't gonna be no commerce.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's their longer plan, but they're like, oh shit, this is happening now.
So they must be seeing a pretty big dip in usage.
I think they saw a huge dip in small, mid-sized business ad revenue. I think they saw a huge dip amongst Gen Z on usage.
I don't know what like the leading indicators are of like whether you're cool or not on Instagram and TikTok, whatever, like daily user, time spent on app. They have to be getting crushed.
Yeah.
And I finally can see TikTok's just so much better drama.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
And you can spend hours and be like, what the fuck did I do? I mean, I'm not kidding you. Last night, I have an alarm on my phone that says, go to bed, just to remind me it's bedtime. I sat for 15 extra minutes and couldn't stop. And I was just like, no, okay, just one more. No, just, oh, that's good. Let me see what that says. And it was like an addiction.
I'll tell you. So the NBA Finals were last night.
Mm-hmm.
After Game 4, I got better content about the NBA Finals on TikTok than I did on ESPN.
Yeah.
I had ESPN on, but I was like, I just turned it off. I was like, dude, I'm getting like what people said on the court, interviews, this, that.
That's what I did after Conor McGregor. I turned on YouTube to like see all the press conference and stuff like that. And I was like, fuck it. And I just went on TikTok and everyone had their breakdowns and their memes and I was like, this is great. I don't know, man. It's really good.
It is an incredible. And the thing is now they have like the massive users where every segment of any content.
I mean, even in group chats, I'm firing off TikToks.
Yeah.
Funny ass TikToks.
Yeah.
That's it. All day. Are you in it for real or no?
No, as a user, like consuming. No, if someone sends me a video, I'll go check it out.
It'll get you. It'll get you eventually.
Yeah.
You just got to get hooked. It took on a little bit to get hooked. Yeah. Now he's in.
I just need to get like into something. I'm just not into anything right now.
They'll figure it out. China knows.
I literally have no interest right now.
They'll know. They'll figure it out. When you watch more than 5
you.
seconds, they'll be like, okay, we're tailoring to D. We're tailoring
I mean,
to D.
I'm not kidding. I swear this happened, and maybe I'm tripping. We did a whole episode talking about Vegas. I swear that night on TikTok, it was like, here's 10 hacks in Vegas. Like, if you go to Vegas and you slip a $20 bill to the waiter, they'll give you a better room. Like, it was all Vegas shit.
Yeah.
$20.
There was a guy claiming, hey, you want to know the hack in Vegas? When you give them your ID and your credit card, put a $20 bill in between. All of a sudden, you're in a high floor suite.
Yeah,
maybe
we're
that's
at
like a
Luxor.
circus.
What?
At Luxor.
Yeah, who paid you
At
for
the
that?
win, it's probably $5,000.
Yes.
That's what I would do if I was a desk person. I'd just pay the guy to make that TikTok. Let's get your tips up. Anyway, okay, topic jump. Oatly, on and cracking or what?
Well, Oatly was the company that we had talked about that we definitely need to short.
Yeah, we bashed. It's oat milk.
It's oat milk.
They IPO'd. They're worth $127 billion. They're the next Apple, and the entire oat milk market is $5 million.
Yeah, I mean, the stock today is trading just under $20. It peaked at $29. It still has a market of $12 billion. I think it hit a market cap of like, I don't know, like $15, $16 billion. Now a short seller has come out and said, this is not worth what they're saying. It's a 124-page document released by Spruce Point Capital and dismisses the oat milk trend as a food fad and accuses Oatly of various accounting problems and believes the stock should be under $10.
Those are big accusations.
So here's my problem with this. I agree with Spruce Point Capital. I know this business is completely overvalued.
Yeah.
They're obviously making a bet that it's completely overvalued. Given what you know about the internet today, why the fuck would you do it publicly? Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Short the shit out of the stock. Let it plummet.
They're playing the old game, though.
And instead here's a document, Reddit.
Yeah.
Unless their whole goal is they were shorting it this whole time. The stock's down $10 from its high. Now we're going to buy calls on it.
Yeah.
Go long.
Yeah.
We're going to bait Reddit into making it.
Yep.
That was, I had two angles on it. Like, why are you doing this? And my counter was like, oh, are they baiting Reddit into jumping in on it?
I wish that they were that smart. They're just playing the old game. Because that's the old Reddit game. Was you take your big position, you put out, you let everyone know why it's trash, you help your short. They're just still playing that game, I think.
Yeah.
But man, imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine if Reddit kicked in, took off.
And these guys were wrong the whole time.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I don't know. We'll keep you updated, but I don't think it's the shocker of the year that Oatly might be a little overvalued.
What I want to know, does the SEC sophisticated enough to know that this is actually a really good idea? Like, imagine we come up with a 50-page thesis on why Peloton should be $10.
Yeah.
We publish it, but the whole time we're going long because we're feeding it to Reddit that this is a short, like,
the only thing you got to do, the only thing that I think is different, I think you're 100% dead on and we should do it. Let's get to typing. But I just think you got to pick like one of those weird legacy brands.
Yeah.
You got to pick something that people don't want to see die just because.
JCPenney.
Yeah. Someone that they went as children,
Yeah.
and they just are like, no, I fuck with GameStop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's an incredible, I think when you say 20 page, it's probably more. Like I'm still scrolling on Reddit explaining 2008 and then meme stocks.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Like the why they're similar, or
Just explaining what happened in 2008 and why meme stocks are going up because the shorts are wrong.
Yeah.
And I think the argument is just that there's real analysis on Reddit. This isn't just like, Jimmy in the basement with Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Like, let's go GameStop.
I think that's where like you're wrong if you think that. Like if you write it off as a bunch of guys chugging Code Red and screaming, let's go GameStop, I think you're missing a really big point.
Yeah, because they're like strategically figuring out who to go long on based on. Yeah.
I mean, I guess real quick, we did mention lumber, but lumber's back to normal?
Yeah, it's plummeting now.
I mean, imagine if you just chipped off, double because you're building a house. You just load it up on lumber and you're like, fuck it, I'll take it. And then 2 months later, you just paid double.
So lumber was up 90% for the year in May. It's now down 30%. It seems as though all these commodities that have been red hot, like this is why I don't believe the inflation is long term. I think it was like country reopened up, everyone had all this money, blow. And now in a few months, things will cool off.
Yeah.
I really don't believe the inflation.
I mean, I hope you're right. There's so much money that got dumped in. And I just don't understand once again, I'm far from any sort of financial expert, but I just need to understand how does that money get swallowed up without causing inflation? Because to me, people being back to work and money starting to be active again makes it even worse. So we were still in a pandemic, it'd be like, okay, well, money's not being generated, so of course you need money to fill it. But now we have both.
But I think it's a combination of all this excess money that came into the market, plus people were probably aggressively taking on more credit. So I got someone send me a message that, we talked about the Wells Fargo cutting personal lines of credit last week. And they did that apparently in 2008. And the reason why is they saw what was happening. People were struggling and probably payments were coming in late. And so my fear is that people are maxed to the limit right now. And any change in the economy is going to cause like a lot of people to have severe financial pain really quickly. And there's not going to be another stimulus outside of this child tax credit thing. They're just not going to keep handing out money next year.
Well, I would have said that 2 weeks ago before I learned about this child tax stimulus.
This was passed in
you know how
March.
much money
I guess we'll really know in the fall holidays, right? Once Stimmy's done. Because
I think in the spring.
I think next year.
I think holiday is bonanza. I think no one can get goods and everyone's buying.
Right.
I mean, I have talked to big retailers who have said, hey, there's a unique window right now to test goods because we don't think that our pre-existing brands are going to be able to fill the shelves because everyone's having such a supply chain issue. So come on in, where you would normally have to wait a year.
I had to go to Target yesterday. A lot of empty shelves.
Yeah, that's why. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you that what's happening is people like Target. It's not Target that I'm talking about, but people like Target are saying, all right, well, let's take a shot on some other people. Does anyone have any inventory you'd want to test? Because we need full shelves. We need to hit our numbers.
Right.
So normally you'd have to wait a year to get in Target. But now, you know what I'm saying? There's weird
they're just
shit happening.
like who can supply, you become front of line.
Yeah, which would never happen at places like that.
Yeah, because typically multinational brands pay for the shelf space to guarantee that they're the ones.
Yeah, and so I think they're planning for the same selling. You're going to have the same velocity, or more, but you're not going to have the shelves filled. I think it's going to be bananas. And then I think the crash I think the hangover is at next year, early next year.
So book your vacations for spring of 2022.
Yeah.
Prices will be down.
Yeah, there'll be a hot new variant going around. People will be, chilled out.
We should be at like M.
What?
We should be at M variant. If we're at E now.
Yeah.
The Macy's variant. Macy's is a disease.
That one spreads real slow. Okay, and then last topic before we go to winners, losers, content. We got to check in on the crypto world.
Yeah.
So there was a rant the other day on Twitter about Bitcoin, or crypto being stupid, and just going off on on crypto. And it was from I would say some people think a very reputable person.
Yep.
And you'll never guess who it actually was. It was the fucking founder of Dogecoin.
Yes.
Pete's hero.
So Pete's hero is literally shitting on Pete's life savings, what he also owns. This guy, what's going on?
So Jackson Palmer is his name. You should go find him on Twitter and just read the whole thread. It's a long, long thread. Has a ton of engagement. And basically, I guess he gets often asked if he'll return to cryptocurrency. And the answer is no. And he gives a bunch of reasons why. He leads off the conversation with, after years of studying it, I believe that cryptocurrency is an inherently right-wing, hyper-capitalistic technology built primarily to amplify the wealth of its proponents through a combination of tax avoidance, diminished regulatory oversight, and artificially enforced scarcity.
Quote, the creator of Dogecoin.
Yes.
So he must have exited his position.
No, he said that before it even took off.
Yeah.
He exited years ago.
I think he's got FOMO because he'd be worth like billions and billions of dollars.
Do you think maybe he made it as a joke to kind of mock crypto and then all this happened and now he's just kind of pissed?
So, I mean, he has some very valid points. And, one of his points is financial exploitation undoubtedly existed before cryptocurrency, but cryptocurrency is almost purpose-built to make the funnel of profiteering more efficient for those at the top and less safeguarded for the vulnerable.
But isn't he specifically talking about like shit coins in that regard?
I think because like the problem is this shit coin is, I don't know what the asset is worth today, Dogecoin, but you're talking about tens of billions of dollars. Forget, let's say the top 5, 10 technology-driven coins that are out there. There's this like multi-$100 billion world now of coins that feel like exactly what he's saying. Yeah. So he's not wrong. I mean, I think he made a broad stroke.
It's the Scott Galloway argument where you don't know how to think bigger.
Yeah.
That, Uber's just taxis. Uber's a $150 million company.
Yeah. So
did Scott Galloway say that?
Yeah. I mean, if you go on there's an anti-Scott Galloway index, you would be retired by now. If you bet on everything he said was going to happen, went opposite.
The other way, yeah.
No, he's been right on some things too.
But no, it's like 90, 10. It's the same thing with Nouriel Roubini.
So bad.
No, it's the same thing.
But you just have to be right once.
No, you have to be right once to get famous.
Yeah.
So Nouriel Roubini.
Well, that's his whole career.
Yeah. And he predicted the 2008 crash. He's a famous economist from NYU.
Yeah.
He's been wrong every single prediction since.
Doesn't matter.
But he's a talking head. He gets paid
But
to
he's
talk.
a talking head. But my point is, if you want to be a smart investor, listening to these dummies is stupid.
No, but I think
listen to group chat.
Jackson, what Jackson Palmer is saying is absolutely 100% fucking right. He just made it too broad strokes.
It's right on certain things.
Yes,
it's not
he's
right
just
on
biased.
Bitcoin and Ethereum.
No, of course, but he just made it too broad strokes because he's talking about where he came from. If you believe Dogecoin is not that, then what do you believe it is? What's the utility of Dogecoin?
Yeah, I just think it's a weird angle. It's like you took something actually great.
He did the WhatsApp thing. I made $10 billion and now I'm going to score in Facebook. It's just,
Yeah. But it's also like you made the shitty version of something and now you're bashing the whole thing?
Yeah, because he knows he fucked up.
You're the problem.
He is the problem.
Did he say I'm the problem?
No, of course not.
That's what I want to hear.
It's very Scott Galloway.
Yeah, got it. Well, listen, bud, you did it.
I think he recognizes he's part of that.
So say it. Say,
Or
look, I
just say
fucked up.
nothing.
No,
or say
why?
nothing.
It's got 10,000 retweets in less than 24 hours.
Because now
Why
he
would
gets
you
to be
say
a
nothing?
visionary. Because now he gets to be famous.
Yes, you're
That's
famous
why.
now.
Yeah,
now
that's
he
the
has
problem.
No, because do you know what the people that go anti-crypto get all the people who were already anti-crypto so excited. Like if you're a voice in crypto.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of like going Trump.
Yeah, it's like
it works. Here's the thing: is
There's
you
a
go
demo.
against the grain. You don't like Clay Travis, right? He fucking makes Rush Limbaugh money now.
No, I don't agree with Clay Travis at all, but I know half the country does.
Yes.
There's a demo.
And there's people who agree with this guy.
But if you go crypto, it's like, okay, another crypto guy.
But
if
you go
decide
anti-
to go hard anti, there's a audience waiting for you.
Yeah, I like it. It's a good move.
You should go Trump anti-crypto.
Go pro-Trump, anti-crypto.
He's been anti-crypto for years.
Yeah.
I mean, we should go to those award show. Bitcoin's being under 1,000.
But he started to come around recently.
You got to make bold statements.
You should go full Trump, no crypto, and
I think Trump might be the majority, though.
What?
No vaccine.
We were talking about it on the last episode. Trump might be the majority now.
Listen, we said it on the last episode. I just want to say it again because I want to go on record. I'm frightened.
Yeah.
But I think there is a weird sentiment. I've watched more clips of Trump walking into the UFC. People were cheering.
I mean, Logan Paul posted a pic.
No,
with
Jake Paul
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul
I can't
posted
tell.
Dana White, Joe Rogan.
Bitcoin, Dogecoin.
And
whatever.
I think that I can't tell the difference. I think
So Jake Paul posted a picture with Trump.
Yep.
And if you go through the comments, they're overwhelmingly positive.
Mainly positive.
And 100. If you were to do that same post 1 year ago, 18 months ago,
Yep.
it would have been vice versa, 80-20. Like, I can't believe you did that.
Yep. With lost followers, the whole thing. And I also think that we're being tricked to see Addison Rae getting made fun of for tapping Trump on the shoulder. I think what you don't know is when you go through her comments, there's actually overwhelming support for, and it's like, thankfully, somebody finally showed respect to our president. And there is a large group of people that are like, I fucking love that Addison Rae. She's a stand-up girl.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah.
God-fearing woman. I'm telling you, man. Be careful.
Every person I saw, because there was a group of, I think, 15 people trying to get a Logan Paul photo that they were on their way to Garth Brooks. They are 100% Trump supporters.
Yeah. I mean, they were on their way to Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks, no.
Garth Brooks is liberal.
Doesn't matter. You're not fooling me. He just needed more sales.
I think, didn't he do the inauguration?
Yeah.
For Biden?
Yeah.
Still not buying it. Look, he might be. His fans aren't.
Yeah. But I think the biggest takeaway you should learn from this is it doesn't matter what you do or say. You can always...
It doesn't matter what you do. It matters what you say.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would say. It doesn't matter. You can literally create the dumbest shit in the world and be like, yo, that shit's dumb. And they're like, yes.
Yes. And then
he's a visionary.
But even it goes back to Donald Trump. Like, I'm talking with him, what he did and say.
Yeah.
If you took a poll, he's probably more popular than he was when he was president.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's scary.
And
didn't he just get he was 70% voted to be the Republican? Not actually voted, but in a poll.
Oh yeah,
70% over whoever Florida
DeSantis,
guy or whatever. Yeah.
DeSantis is hot.
I'm just saying it's either Trump or it's a very loyal Trump
ally.
Yeah, it's someone who's going to just use the Trump.
But what happens though? Because Trump wants to be the star, obviously.
Yeah.
DeSantis is polling ahead of Trump currently.
Yeah.
In the Republican Party.
But that's not what I saw. Right?
Yeah.
I just saw a poll that was 70-something% Trump, 20-something DeSantis.
For the
we'd have to look that up because I don't know what I was exactly
Let's
saying.
assume they're a little closer.
Yep.
Either way. What happens, because I think DeSantis can actually flip moderates.
Yep.
Yeah, but he can't flip Republicans.
That's my point. Will it splinter? Because when Trump starts going after DeSantis.
Yeah, then DeSantis is toast.
No, it could go a lot of different ways though, because you know that what's going to happen is the Democrats are going to go full steam, do whatever they can to make Trump unrunnable in 2024. That's from now until 2024. So I think maybe they get him on some level, and he coaches an underling to do it. I mean, I think he's like the godfather of the Republican Party now.
Yeah, the problem is in normal scenarios, I would agree with you.
Yeah.
That the power is more important than anything. In his case, the fame is more important than anything. So he's not going to...
But what if he can't? Don't you think second best is I'll just pull the strings? And he still knows he has that power behind the scenes?
I don't think so.
Do you think he would just say fuck it and burn him down?
Yeah,
anyway?
exactly. Yeah.
I can't do it, no one can.
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah,
you're probably right.
Yeah.
I forgot, this is probably a really stupid elementary question, but I asked in the group chat, no one responded, maybe because it's a stupid elementary question. But if Biden was to say, I'm not running again, is it from the pool a new set of Democrats?
Yeah.
So anyone has a shot?
Anyone has a shot.
That'd be interesting. I feel like, don't you think that there's a scenario where that's actually the best thing he can do?
For Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Democratic Party?
Oh, yeah. He needs
Just to say, I'm going to bow out, that we have some good.
Yeah. The problem is whoever that person is, I don't see that person on TikTok yet. And it takes time to build a following.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a valid point.
Breaking news: LA is requiring masks indoor, regardless of vaccination.
I told you. Clip it.
Wow.
It's coming.
That was a big
Actually,
move,
don't
Roman.
use the clip yet. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be more severe and we're going to have a good one.
Oh, the one where I said
I'm
I'm never
telling
gonna-
you, bro. I'm telling you. I'm not saying people are going to abide.
Fuck, that's wild.
It's coming.
That is wild.
Okay. Well, that's all we got. It's time to do winners, losers content.
Okay.
Dee, who's your winner?
My winner are the 3 English black soccer players
Yeah.
who over the weekend during the penalty kicks, I think 2 of them missed penalty kicks to beat Italy. And I hate to be this person. The moment they missed, I knew exactly what was about to happen. I knew what that country was going to do.
Yeah.
And they're citizens. They went, all the racial shit came flying in as usual.
Yeah.
The difference this time is obviously that overwhelming support globally by people and the English government, which was great. Now the police are going after, they arrested 4 people already. They said, we're coming after every single fucking person who said anything or harassed anyone or did anything. So I think it's a big win for society because you can't tolerate that shit anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid, I think the final kid, he was like 19 years old. Why the fuck is he dealing with this shit?
Even Boris Johnson had to denounce it because the hate was so vitriol.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, props to those guys for...
The coach was getting a lot of harassment too for being the one who picked them to take the free kicks too.
Yeah.
In place of like the other 20 people on the roster.
Yeah.
All right, well,
That's different. That's coach's decision. It's not a race thing.
No.
It's a management decision thing.
This is the thing. This is the bright side, and that's why I'm sure that they're your winner, is because, like, as terrible as that shit is, at least this is the reaction now. Because I'm sure that scenario for the last hundreds of years still went that same way, but there was no reaction.
I remember, I think it was like Drogba, like years ago, was like crying on the field because people were throwing like bananas and shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
at least now, and
ridiculous.
nothing happened.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. Yeah.
Okay. Anand?
The NBA, we thought the finals would suck because so many stars were injured. Series is hot. 2-2. Going back to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Seems like it's going to go 7 games.
Bucks in 6.
Is Giannis back and healthy?
Yeah,
Giannis
he's
is balling.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Shit.
It'll be
I got
fun.
to tune in.
You should tune in now.
Yeah.
You have 3 games. They're all going to be great.
Okay. My winner, sorry to be repetitive here and root for the home team, but I just got to reiterate one last time for the H-Wood group.
Yeah.
I mean, what a weekend, man. They huge opening. And as we talked about, I'm sure the opportunities that will now come from that will be insane.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I'm sure the inbound is wild.
Yeah. Who's your loser, D?
My loser is, they're on a hot streak of losing. It's Johnson & Johnson.
Oh.
They are now recalling 5 of its aerosol sunscreen products due to the discovery of trace amounts of benzene, a carcinogen in some samples. So it's Neutrogena Beach Defense Aerosol Sunscreen, Neutrogena Cool Dry Sport Aerosol Sunscreen, Neutrogena Invisible Daily Defense Aerosol Sunscreen, Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Aerosol Sunscreen, Aveeno product, plus Refresh Aerosol Sunscreen.
So just to be clear, the thing that protects you from skin cancer gives you skin cancer. Got it. What was their other big thing? The baby powder?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I don't know if either of the Johnsons can really get the shit together.
Yeah.
What is going on? And you're just clotting everyone up and you're injecting Gatorade into their veins that does nothing to the virus? Jeez. One shot.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
So only Johnson got it?
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah, Johnson showed up to work that day. The other one didn't. Okay, Anand, who's your loser?
I don't know, all of us. I'm depressed now. I just saw the Yankees Red Sox game got postponed because of COVID.
No.
Yeah, it's all fucked.
I'm so glad I went to Vegas.
Oh my God, you're right, man. That's literally the last
Last hurrah.
Yeah.
It was Super Bowl was my last hurrah. Then it was Vegas Delilah. See you fuckers 2 years
right.
from now.
You're right. Anytime you go to a big party, shit shuts down right after. That was your New Year's.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All right,
shit.
guys.
My loser is, I was going to say this last week, but I had to go. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, I mean, they had this huge boxing match
Why
planned.
did it get canceled?
Freaking
Epsilon.
Epsilon checked into training camp. Sparring partner, Epsilon. So yeah, the whole thing got freaking postponed. That happened to Teofimo Lopez, and then right afterwards to these guys, and it was a big fight.
What if they both had COVID? Why didn't they let them fight?
I'm down for it. Why not? You just stay together for 2 weeks in a place,
and then you
fight
can
each other at the end.
No fans, whatever, but they got COVID. They're still down to fight.
It's a battle of the fists and the immune systems.
Yeah.
Okay, what about content recommendations?
One of my favorite teen shows is back.
Oh boy.
Never Have I Ever.
That's Netflix?
Yeah.
I saw those billboards. It's actually good or
Hilarious.
okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to check it out, but I'll see it on TikTok.
There are people that really appreciate my
I
recommendations.
bet there are. This is the same way there's 3 people who enjoy my book recommendation. Anand, what's your content?
NBA Finals Saturday, Game 5.
Yep. I'll be there with my mask on. Fuck. Mine's, I went back, I'm a big fan now of going back and binge watching old shows that I used to love. The one that I'm back on, and you'll like this, is Billions. Went back, started from the beginning. Turns out I forgot a lot of it. It's incredible. So if you're
I
looking
need to
for
watch it. I
something
don't
binge-
remember anything about Billions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great
It's
show.
a really great
And
show. And
Succession's coming back in the fall.
Is it?
Yeah, new season.
Probably shut down.
Shut
for
down
COVID.
today, actually.
Yeah, it's not coming. It's over.
All right, that's it. Do we got any shout outs or Run Club or anything we got to talk about?
We do have Run Club. So if you want to come run with us, it might be the last time we have Run Club because it's going to get shut down. Tomorrow in Santa Monica, Crescent Bay Park, 9 a.m. And then the following week is the big race. I want everyone to come out. This is going to be the event of all events. It's outside.
No mask.
No mask. GrandRunningClub.com. Sign up for the race if you haven't. 5K, 10K, half marathon. But either way, just come out. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a party after. I don't know where.
Hopefully
or what,
afterwards.
or what the fuck we're going to be doing.
Yeah. All right. Good shit. Guys, thank you. Mask it up, I guess.
Yeah.
Here we are. See you later.